Well, hello there. It's been a while. It has been 9 days since my last upload, which is the longest record of me not uploading, which is kind of bad because I promised myself I'll do it every week, but I guess because it's summer vacation, like school stuff doesn't really matter anymore, so it's just like I just get lazy. But anyways, this week, unlike last week, I've been doing quite a lot, but also doing nothing. So, over the weekends, so basically last week, I kind of forgot what I did, to be honest. Cause it's been like I do it every at the end of every week, so I kind of like I still memorize because it's been so long. It's been like over a week, 9 days. That's how days work. It's been over like 9 days since the last um weekend. So yeah, to be honest, I kind of forgot about what I did each day. But to sum it up, first of all, I went out with my grandpa this week and chilled out. Uh, ate jjajangmyeon, which is a Korean dish, but Korean Chinese dish. I'll talk about it later. And then I went to my aunt's place because she moved recently, and I just chilled out and read a book there. Cause that's what nephews do, right? And then the day before that, there's this place called Nagon and then this is just like the perfect place to rant about Nagon Sanga in Korean translates to paradise mall, sort of. Yeah, Paradise Mall. And it's named because of that. It's named that because the full name is actually Nagon Akisanga, which means Paradise uh Paradise Instrument Mall. And so that place is just full four stores, like a giant, like not giant, but like a pretty big mall considering Korea sizes. Like it's a pretty big mall, just jam packed full of like instruments, audio equipment, microphones. It's like, for me, who love music, it's just paradise. That's why it's called Nagonsanga. And I went there and I spent a lot of money because I recently got a new guitar. Uh, this is the guitar I got. It's made by Court, and Court is a Korean guitar brand, I'm pretty sure. Anyways, it's done by Court, and this guitar is just beautiful. Like I first heard the sound and I like instantly fell in love. I can't really. Not sure if the microphone is really picking up for it, but it's just gorgeous. It has a perfect like response to it. Like you hear like the insticates, like the the strings are so well put on. The top and sides are made from full like original wood, and so like the ringing is amazing. It has a pretty decent like pickup system too, so I could connect it with my cheap ass amp. Uh, yeah, I just fell in love with this guitar and I had to get it. Um, it is unfortunately like like $700, and so like it's not like easy money, but like I'm privileged. I come from like a privileged background, and I could afford it. So I'm just like, thank you, mom, for buying this guitar to me. It's just beautiful. It's just like, just look at that. I can't even show it in frame. It's just beautiful. I expect to spend a lot of time with it and really practice it and get into band stuff like that. But other than that, I've went out and I've was very happy to see a bunch of views on my Bakemonogatari manga video. I guess that's what happens if I review popular stuff. And thank you for all the comments, albeit being two from France, about my videos. It's kind of a dumb project of this, but it's kind of really it's really kind of happy to see a response, even though I probably know that they're not gonna check out any of my other videos, or not even sure they're gonna stick around to my channel or not. But it does feel good to have some kind of response to what I make, even though it's very lazy and stupid. So I went out and bought the original Bakemonogatari novels, light novels that they're called. I still don't know the difference between novels and light novels. But anyways, these are novels. It's all words here, no drawings. I found it in a secondhand store that I often go to. I was just in the corner and I just saw the Bakemonogatari on the shelf, and I'm like, I have to get it. So let me just put the guitar aside. Oh yeah, speaking of the guitar, I recently bought a guitar rack for all my guitars, 4 of them, because it was getting out of hand putting out in cases, and so I bought a $30 guitar rack, and oh yeah, let me just finish the story. Yeah, I bought a $30 guitar rack and built it. It was a pain in the ass because I built it incorrectly. I had to rebuild it, but it looks great next to my desk. I'm glad I bought it. All my guitars are there now. It's easy to just grab one and play. Anyways, I bought their entire stock of Monogatari novels. So I have the first Bakemonogatari novel, and then I have the Kizumonogatari. These are all in Korean, by the way. This is the Oni Monogatari, and this is the Koyomi Monogatari. Now, I am prepared to get the entire series, and I still haven't finished the first Bakemonogatari novel. It's 500 something pages in this novel. It's pretty thick. My first impressions, because this is not a full review, I'll do that when I finish this, at least the first book. But my first impressions on the story is, in my last manga video of the Bakemonogatari series, I said the manga was inferior to the anime because the anime had the music and the voice acting, but then manga is still a great recommendation. For entry level, I feel the novels, the original novels themselves, of course the anime did a great job and the manga did an amazing job at adapting the series, but I feel for all mad mania Bakemonogatari fans, or even the people who just want to check out the series, or it's just even not even interested in anime and just want to look for a good novel, you can't go wrong with the original novel. All the uncomfortable scenes in the manga and the anime are the ecchi, harassing little children kind of scenes. It's a bit more lighter in the novel, obviously, because there's no visual scenes. It's just reading. It is a lot to read, but if you like reading, this is such a treat. It's the original sauce. It's the original sauce, and again, great recommendation for anyone, not even Monogatari fans. If the manga was just for Monogatari fans, the novels I can recommend to anyone. Korean does translate pretty well with Japanese, even though it's not perfect. So, if I could, I would recommend go buy the original Japanese novels and give it a read if you can read Japanese. But if you can't, just try and guess as close as possible to Japanese. Korean is pretty close, so I'm fortunate I bought it in Korean. But yeah, just go read it. Another book I recently bought was The Wicked. So I bought this alongside with Monogatari, and again, I didn't finish it, so it's not a full review, but it's a good book. I didn't want to go and watch the musical, so that's the main reason I bought it. And the other thing I did this week was I got my third COVID vaccine. It was pretty late, but I said I'll get it during summer break, but when I'm not in school, and so I finally got it, and that's where my most of my week has been. Just like, yeah, I've just been knocked out. This hit me pretty hard, and that's why I couldn't make videos, because injection in, and then I'm just like conked out. My arm is useless. Like headaches all over. I can't sleep. My first vaccine was okay. I got no like hit back at all. I just like a kind of like uncomfortableness in my arm. And the second time I got hit pretty hard. Had to stay in bed for a whole day, and that was pretty fine. But then this lasted like 2 whole days. Like got my ass kicked. So like you gotta do what you gotta do to be safe. And I'm going to the States later in July, so I gotta be vaccinated up. But you know, be careful. I heard a lot of people, you know, you get like not every vaccine is like meant for you. Other than that, I just been reading Monogatari. I got another manga back there, Horimiya. People who know. I didn't watch any anime. I didn't finish any anime. I watched like plenty of anime, but I didn't finish any. I'll talk about that when I finish them. I watched a movie recently, and I'll go talk about that later. But other than that, it's just been, with the new guitar, me practicing my instruments, not studying because I decided not to do that in the weekend and fully immerse my week. Another thing, I just today, I went out to eat with my family because in like, I don't know, 3 days it's gonna be my birthday. So if anyone is watching this to this late in the video, thank you. It would be grateful if you wish me a happy birthday, and maybe I'll upload then. I don't know. I had a lot to talk about before I actually started recording, but it turns out I don't talk a lot, which is kind of sad. But again, thank you to those French commenters, and I'll see you next week after I'm a year older. I'll get reading.